Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great week, and thank you for spending part of it with us. Our latest edition of Rams Revealed, presented by NFL All Day. I'm your host, JB Long, and I am pleased to be joined by rookie running back Kyren Williams this week, 22-year-old from St. Louis by way of Notre Dame, so we share an alma mater.
Yes.
Fifth-round pick of your Los Angeles Rams. Welcome, Kyren. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's another blessed day in Los Angeles.
I'm happy to hear that's your attitude because I feel like I'm putting you in a tough spot, right? You're not here to answer for the team's 3-6 record, nor their current losing streak. But I am curious about your observations. Just coming back to the facility with where this team is at the midway point of the season. What's the temperature around here?
Probably as you would expect it, you know. A little jogginess, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's still that mentality that there's still work to be done. You said like you said, we're at 3-6, but there's still 8 more opportunities left to make sure that we're not where we're at right now at the end of the season. So I just feel like at the end of the day, we have the guys who are in this building who are willing to work and put in the work to get where we need to be. And I just feel like come Wednesday, come practice, that's how it's going to be. That's just going to be the mentality and the attitude of practice come Wednesday.
Yeah. We'll touch on the state of the Rams a little bit more later on in this program, including a preview of the trip to New Orleans. But let's get into what I will probably refer to as your NFL debut. I know technically not true. Did it feel like that for you yesterday?
No, not really, because I kind of knew what to expect, from just that atmosphere-wise. From the Bills game, I was able to get one play in exactly, so I kind of knew what kickoff was going to be like. I knew what the fans were going to be like, so I knew what to expect coming into the game. So I wasn't really jacked up on energy. I was more like an even keel. Like when I get my chance, I'm gonna go in there and do what I got to do. But I had a little win yesterday. Like you said, my first NFL debut. Got through the game safe, healed, and injury free, and it was like that little thing to me that as a team we lost, but I kind of had a little win in that little situation, I guess.
And I know you're intent on contributing to the kicking game, as you did in the opener against Buffalo, but you were drafted as a running back, and that was your first game on offense, which had to feel special.
It was amazing. Literally, it was a dream come true. Like, they got me in there early. I didn't get the ball, but it was just being able to see the defense the first quarter, like when the stakes aren't where they were at the end of the game, so things were still close. So it was just like being able to be like, dang, I'm in the NFL game right now. Like, I'm lined up. I see the linebackers. I see J.J. Watt in front of me. I'm like, let's go. Like, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. So it was so fun to be out there. And
up in the stands, some members of your family?
Yes, my mom and my little sister were here. My sister, she had got on a 5 o'clock Saturday morning flight to come here to spend the night, literally Sunday, and leave. She left at 4:30 this morning. So she literally came to the game to see me play and just be together as a family. So that was a blessing.
I remember from your draft video how exuberant your family was, where you were heading, the franchise you were going to be playing for, what you had accomplished. I saw you said yesterday in the postgame locker room that jersey's going to your mother.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, that's the one thing that came to my mind was like, I got this jersey. I took my jersey off my past. I was like, there's no way I'm giving this back. Like, this is my first NFL jersey. Like, after what happened 8 weeks ago, like, I'm going to keep this. Like, this is my gift to my mom. Like, look at all the hard work. It's kind of paid off. And I say kind of because I'm not where I want to be. But I got to my first goal of playing an NFL game. So, that's just, scratch off the list that she's literally, since I was 5 years old, she knew what I wanted to do, and I was able to finally accomplish that last night.
Question I've never thought of before. Do you autograph a jersey for a family member?
Yeah. Well,
you do? Okay.
I didn't autograph it, but I just left a note like, this is the first one, Mom, first of many. Like, love you. I thank you for everything that you've done. I just signed your baby boy. That's it. So, no, kind of, sort of, but it's more intimate with my mother.
And you are her baby boy, right?
Yes, I am. She only boy, too.
Only boy. Okay, yeah. But she signed up to be a part of a football family. I know all throughout your family tree, there are football connections,
my uncle,
right?
Her older brother, Darren, or my uncle Darren, he played at Kansas State. He was a linebacker there, played all 4 years, and then came back and coached as well. So there's a lot of football in our family for sure, both sides.
Right. Let's just kind of finish up Week 10 against the Arizona Cardinals. Tough to see Cooper go down early in that fourth quarter. Is that part of what stings about the loss, is losing a leader and a captain? I
feel like whenever you lose somebody a part of your team, it's always going to hurt a little worse, especially after a loss. But, losing someone like Coop, who's just a main vocal point of this team, not just the offense, but of the team as a whole. And, somebody that we all look up to, and I know I do for sure, when we're at practice, I got to work just as hard as him. But, that's not going to change because, like I said, the guys that we have in this building, strong mentality, strong work ethic that, you know, when a guy like Coop does go down, you got to work 10 times harder to make sure that you, like, there's no drop off from when he was in there and when he wasn't in there. So I feel like this is going to be even big of a challenge for us as an offense, you know, not having one of our star players out there. So we got to be able to really connect as an offense, come together as one, and really play Rams football, a brand of Rams football that we know.
Yeah. Kyren, am I correct that you've had a fairly healthy career?
Yes.
Through high school and college before your experience here early with the Rams?
Yes.
So what was that like? What did you learn from your first rehab stint?
It was different. You know, it was something, it wasn't, at the end of the day, it was all the same, which was adversity. Like, I dealt with adversity in football, not in like high school, not getting recruited like I wanted to, or, you know, not being able to get enough film, I guess, whatever. It's just adversity in general. That's just, it never changes. And this one came in a different form, you know, a form, like you said, I wasn't used to. So I had to attack it in a different way. Like, I couldn't no longer attack things physically, because that's how I do when adversity hits. You know, I just want to go work. That's all I gotta do. I can go, if adversity hits, I'll go work out, and all of that stuff will kind of go away. I'll just work out the pain kind of in a way. But with the injury, you can't do that physically. So you got to resort back to how can I? And I found out mentally, like, when I was in the darkest place, like the darkest spots I've been in my life, I made it comfortable for me. Like, I made it comfortable for myself. Like, it's only gonna, like, when I figured out if your mind is strong, your body will follow. And like I got into that rhythm when I started reading books and just started just thinking and talking to myself out loud. Like, and it's amazing how it works. And like, it's always God, but like, you'd be surprised what your mind can do for your body, for sure, when you really dive down deep into it and want to become and find out who you are.
Before I lose the thread, let me follow up on that recruiting mention there. I mean, you wound up at Notre Dame on scholarship. You had some Big Ten offers too. Was it the star rating? What were you not pleased with coming out of high school?
It wasn't even like, it's kind of a situation from where I'm from, is if you know type. So like, from 2016, 2019, those 3 years, that's kind of, I got into high school 2015, graduated in 2019. But 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 class in St. Louis, those were like the big recruiting classes. Those were all, everybody that was in those classes, you know, that's what brought those schools to St. Louis and got finally recruiting, you know. So, and then there were these other schools. I'm at Vianney. I'm at this 5A school, and there's other schools that are 2A, 3A, all this other stuff. And all these kids are getting these offers. I'm telling you about, like, kids were getting 5 offers a day. And like, these same schools would come into St. Louis and they wouldn't come to my school. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what am I not doing? Like, I got all the film. Like, I'm over here working. I'm doing 1,000 yards, all of this stuff. Like, what is wrong? Like, then, and that's kind of where I found my work ethic, because like, I take that as adversity. That's where I found my work ethic is, I'm not going to get recruited, so I'm going to go work 10 times harder than what all these other kids are doing. Like, I don't care. I know at the end of the day, if I work harder, it's all going to pay off. And that's kind of, that developed like my sophomore year, when I was like, dang, like, I'm really getting overlooked. Like, I'm really not getting these offers like I should be. And then started my sophomore year, we won state. And then my junior year, we won state again. Or no, my junior year, we got to the semis, didn't win state. My senior year, we won state. And like, after that sophomore year, I started seeing those offers come. And that's when, like, my junior year, boom, that's when Notre Dame, Michigan, Mizzou, like, all those big time schools, they started coming. And I'm like, dang, like, I'm glad that it happened now, but like, I just know, like, before, nobody knew who I was. Like, so that's kind of like, I kind of resort back to that throughout the whole stage of football. I've kind of been like that, you know, kind of been the overlooked type of guy. And that's just, as a person, that's just who I am. And that's why my work ethic is so hard, because I know nobody will outwork me, and I know that if I work hard enough at something, I'll get to where I want to be.
That's a great answer.
It's a long story for sure.
No, it's fine. And I hope that your response to physical adversity for the first time in your career bears similar fruit here with the Los Angeles Rams. How about friends, teammates that you've bonded with, that you've leaned on in year one to help you get through to this moment now in your career?
Yes, I just think like older guys like Brian Allen. He was in there doing his treatment when I was doing mine. And he's the type of guy that always has like high energy, you know, like whether if he's down, up or down. Like, I just feel like every time that I talk to BA or be around BA, he's saying something funny. He knows a whole lot about a lot of everything. Always got facts about something. And I just felt like just having those type of guys that like, who don't take things always so serious, like, you know, or like show you that, you know, you can relax in this building, you can have fun with all that stuff. So I just feel like guys like that, like Benny Sco, and coming from Notre Dame, and Rob Heavenstein, who just, it's the little things that, you know, some of these guys did from when I was hurt that like Dave would never realize. Like, if you would have said hi to me, like if you would have said hi to me, I'd be like, that would have made my day. Like, I was just looking to like feel like as if I was part of this team, and you know, those guys did that.
Yeah. Let's get to our NFL all-day play of the game. And you talk about some of the contributors, some of the people you've bonded with in the offensive side of the football. I know you're not getting the results you want to on offense, but there was a play against the Cardinals that you told me you feel like exemplifies who the Rams can be and are going to be in the second half of the schedule.
Yeah, like you said, I think it was that tight end screen to Tyler Higbee. And not only because we got 25 yards, but he broke tackles. He made 4 or 5 yards after contact, and he got up electrified. Like, it's those, and I feel like Higgs, he brings that every day to practice, from the game to the weight room to recovering. Like, he's one person that I look at, like, and I try to follow, because he does everything to the T, to the right. Like, he's somebody that I know, like, he wants to be great. He's going to be great, and I just know that. I just follow him from what he does, but it shows on the field as well. Like, after that play, our offense got going. We got into the end zone. We scored later that drive, and we got back into the game. So I feel like he gave us that initial electrifying play that we needed.
Yeah. Tell us about the dynamic in the running back room. I know you're all desperate to help this offense get off the ground. Cam, Darrell, Ronnie Rivers has been there. Malcolm Brown brought a veteran presence to help you get to this moment. What's going on in there, and what are some of the conversations you're having?
I think as a running back room, like, what is so unique about us is with so many other moving parts going on, and so much criticism being brought to this offense, is that we're all together as one. Like, we know that what we have to do is not all going to rely on just one person. We know that it's going to take all of us in that room to make sure that this offense is successful, and then everybody in every single room, whether it's offensive line, tight end, receiver, running backs, it doesn't matter. Like, we need every single individual to really buy in, to give to what we need for this offense to get to where we want to be. And I just feel like as a running back, it's on us to bring that every day, whether that's practice, whether that's game. It's just like we're like the stone. Us and O-line are like the foundation of the offense, you know. They initially protect the quarterback. We're the second separate quarterback, and they're blocking and we're running. Like, so we're kind of like the foundation, and like we need to be able to be on all cylinders and be on all the same communication for us to get to where we need to be. And I just feel like we're gonna we have great people in our room that do that, like Darrell, Cam, Ronnie, Malk, veteran. Like, they know what it takes, and they're gonna keep leading the way.
Talk about a foundation piece in the backfield. Steven Jackson has been a special part of your upbringing, your football story. The Rams' career leader in rushing yardage was actually here today shooting a special project that the Rams are working on. Before he left, we asked him if he'd take a moment to pass along a bit of advice to you. I'd like to give you a listen to it here.
Kyren, I would say first and foremost, congratulations, getting some little burn in the game, regular season game, as well as getting in the stat sheet is big. I'm sure as a young man, something you dreamed about, and once you get there, what happened and what you experienced yesterday quite not be what you thought you'll feel, but yet you did it. So I would say, my advice to sustain and have a long career for yourself is to make sure you take care of yourself. And that goes to doing all the things outside of the building, constantly work on your body, constantly work towards rehab and refining yourself. Also, that's physically taking care of yourself, but also educate yourself. Make sure you learn the game, the X's and O's of the game, concepts, what is the offensive coordinator asking you to do in that team. The more you understand about the game, the more value you give your talent and yourself to be successful on the football field. And I think lastly, find a sense of purpose outside of yourself and what you want to accomplish in your career on the football field. But if you can find whatever that passion is outside of the game, and I believe when those times of darkness may come, it'll sustain you into the next touchdown or the next season comes to give you new hope, right? And I think when you could do those things, you give yourself a chance to stick around for a very, very long time. Good luck.
We really appreciate Steven doing that. And you ask him for a favor like that, you never know like how much of his time or how much of his thought you're going to be able to borrow from. That was deep.
Yeah, it was. It was like deeper than the surface, and it kind of in a way, because like, so some advice he could have gave me, like, look, hit the hole when you see it, or be patient and press it, treat the linebackers, just like the simple football talk. But he made it deeper than just football, and more about a life, and how, like, if you find that's crazy he said that, because like I've been trying to find a way of, how I can balance football and my life, because I know I'm not just a football player. I'm way more than that. Football is just something I love to do. Like, I've been doing that since second grade. That's all I know. That's all I've ever known. Like, I just enjoy that. But I think I have a bigger purpose in this life. And I'm young. I'm still 22, and I'm still on that journey to find that. And it's crazy he said that, because like, I feel like I can give back so much more because of the game that I play, and I can glorify of God's name through this game, and just being able to help the people who I was in their position when I was young. Just give them a reality to a dream that they can really see and believe and accomplish.
Yeah. Given what you just said, you may not have a final answer to this, but are there other hobbies, other interests you have besides football, or has that been all consuming for the first 22 years of your life?
I swear, it sounds crazy, and I really don't like saying it. It's just like, football is all I know, and like, I enjoy doing a lot of things, like being with my family, being with my friends. But like, when it comes down to it, where I find my like the purest me and who I am as a person, it's just when I get on that football field. Like, it allows me to escape. I don't go on like, when we're at practice, it's 3 hours. There's no phones. There's no nothing. It's literally just you, the football, the coaches, the plays, all of that stuff, and that's just where I feel most comfortable at in my life. But like I said, like, there's still much more finding, discovering, than I have to do to find myself. And like, I think I started that process during these injuries, because I was able to finally sit back and think about, well, what am I gonna do now? I can't play football, so you're just gonna sit in this house and just drain all the way the time away until football comes back. No, I just had to just really find out what I enjoy and what I want in this life.
Yeah. One other piece that I want to follow up on there, the mastery of the X's and the O's. I feel like you are a very high football IQ individual. What about some of those concepts he's referring to? How much have you tapped into what Sean McVay and the offensive staff here have to offer?
That's something like I can't wait for in my years to come. Like, I cannot wait to start talking like Coach McVay, start talking like Matt, start talking like Coop. Like, it's not English, it's football, like, they talk the football language, and I can't even start to explain it, because I do have a great IQ of the game, but I'm not really in depth to it where I can just start right now out of nowhere and start just scrambling off things. Like, I got to be in the mode, I got to be all of that stuff. But like I said, that's something I cannot wait to look forward to in the off season. Just being able to learn this game of football, that because there's so much more than what people think. People think you just get the ball and run. Like, so much, there's way more than what I have to do as a running back to make sure that there's a successful gain of yards. I just can't wait. It's hard to explain.
Hearing you speak, I'm reminded you were a captain in college,
yes.
Right? Could you see yourself in a leadership role with this organization as your career develops?
100%. Like, and it's nothing that like I try to do. It's nothing I'm gonna go out here and just try to be the biggest, or not the biggest, but like just try to be the biggest motivator that I can be. Mm-hmm. No, it's just, bro, when I say like I love this game, like I really love this game, and when I come out there, like, I'm quiet outside of everything else, but I'm on that field like I'm a chatterbird. Like, I'm talking. It's just, it's not only just for the team, but it's also for me too. Like, I think out loud. I'm thinking out loud. I'm talking out loud just so I can hear myself talk, but also so other people can feed off that energy that I bring. Like, it's a natural born energy that I've had in me since I was young. Like, my dad's the same way, my mom's the same way. Like, very emotional people, and I just feel like this game, I have all the emotions when it comes to this game, and it just flows out of me.
I'm not going to lie. I needed some of that emotion to turn the corner and get ready for New Orleans.
Come on.
I'm not sure if this cup of coffee or if it's the juice you're bringing that's getting me there. Have you ever been to New Orleans?
Never been.
Never played in the Superdome?
Never. No. We didn't even get – I never got close. I was trying to think of any bowl games that we might have been in, but I don't –
I took a look. I didn't see any.
Yeah,
so this will be a first for you.
First for sure.
Real quick, your style, modern NFL running back, kind of the label that I think was applied to you rightly coming out of Notre Dame. Now that you've had a taste, you've kind of been through an offseason program. To what extent do you think that's true? How confident are you in your abilities that are going to translate to the league?
I don't even know what a moderate NFL running back.
How about like your receiving background?
Okay.
I think that helps. Your defensive background and mentality and how it lends itself to pass pro.
I feel like I do bring a lot of different things to the table. And it's like you said, the receiving, the running, and I just feel like my mentality, like I have a can't be denied mentality. The couple runs that I did have this past weekend, like my whole mentality was I'm gonna run you over, just so y'all know, like I'm not playing, like I'm bringing that every single time, but like that's not all what I can do. I'll try to run you over and then I'll try to make you miss. I feel like I can bring so much to the table, and like you said, I think it does fit the NFL and kind of this offense like good, and I'm gonna be patient for when my time comes. But when the time comes, I know it's gonna. I gotta take it and run off with it. So like I said, I'm not mad or not tripping about anything that I didn't get. I'm just excited for the future. I'm literally just excited to be here every day. Like if I can come in here this building and be a Los Angeles Rams every day, I'm blessed. Whether if I get 5 carries or if I get 20 carries, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm living my dream life.
Well said, Kyren. All right, you're in the stretch run. We'll finish with the segment we call 3 and Out, our weekly segment that if you get all 3 answers right, results in a donation to the LA Rams Foundation on your behalf. Okay? It's an interesting time to be asking this question, but I want you to fill in this blank. Notre Dame's biggest rival is?
USC.
That's good to hear from your generation because, since I've been in South Bend, a few things have changed, right? ACC affiliation.
ACC, no.
Clemson. No. Boston College is this week, though, and that's the one you got to be careful with because their answer to that question is Notre Dame.
Yeah. See, I feel like everybody is rivals with Notre Dame. A lot of people are rivals with Notre Dame, but Notre Dame isn't rivals with everybody that claims they'd be rivals with them.
Yep. Am I correct that 2019 at home, you had a great game against the Trojans? Couple of touchdowns, 138, but you were robbed of the chance to play at the Coliseum by the pandemic year?
Yes.
Do I have that correct?
Yes.
So your only taste of college football in Los Angeles was at the Rose Bowl?
Nope.
Not the Coliseum?
Because the Rose Bowl is in Dallas.
Aha.
Because of COVID. So I haven't played football in Los Angeles, ever.
How about that?
Actually, Stanford. We played Stanford out here. But it was not Los Angeles, but we played Stanford in California.
Got it. Okay, so that was question number 1. Number 2, what is your favorite tattoo and why?
Got a lot of tattoos. I would say, I'd probably say my leg. And it says, the quote, it says, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I don't know, I'm just a dreamer. Like, ever since I was young and 5 years old, you asked my mom, I told her I wanted to be in the NFL. Like, that's all I ever wanted to know. That's all I ever wanted, and just dreamt of it every day. Not every day, but kind of every day. But to get to where I want to be is here. So.
And what stage of your career did you get that tattoo?
This was last summer, so the summer before my last season in Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going into your final campaign in college, what proved to be the one that catapulted you into the National Football League. Amazing. Ketchup on your broccoli. What is going on?
I don't know about that.
There is film out there. What else do you put ketchup on, Kyren?
Sometimes if my mac and cheese if it's bland, I'm putting ketchup on it. Or bro, you could put sugar on your mac and cheese. It's fire too. I forgot about that one. But broccoli on my ketchup is, I don't know. I felt so. My best friend's dad, when I was young, this is one of my football coaches. We would always go to this place called Culpeppers, and one time he had got side of broccoli, he put ketchup on it. I was very interested in it. I was like, what? I was young too. I was like, okay, that's different. I've never seen it before. Tried it, liked it, and ever since then, like, if I don't like how the broccoli tastes, I'm gonna put ketchup on it.
I normally let my 2 sons listen to these conversations, but I might have to cut this one off early because they already want ketchup
make sure they
on
hear
everything.
The mac and cheese and sugar though.
No.
Woo.
And Thanksgiving weekend, you and Patrick Mahomes, I think maybe you can bond over your mutual affection for ketchup.
No, we could.
Maybe siphon off some of his sponsorship.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Ketchup dollars. Kyren, I know it's a tough week for the Rams here. They're going through it in this season of November, but I trust that better things are ahead for the team, and I think you're going to be a driving force behind those. So thank you for stopping by. Good to get to know you better.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. For Kyren, I'm JB. This is Rams Revealed, as always, presented by NFL All Day.